Good day to you and welcome to this important unit in ICT, unit number 4, where we are looking at the software. In the previous presentations, we've learned that there are basically two main components of the computer, and these are the software and hardware. And throughout, we've discussed the hardware component of the computer, and we looked at the 4 main components of the computer, which are the central processing unit, also called the CPU, then the screen, also called monitor, the mouse, and the keyboard. We discussed these, and the question that can come from there is, with relevant examples or with the help of diagrams, describe the 4 main components of the computer hardware. So the hardware is always the key word in that statement. And you need to draw these 4 and discuss or describe them in terms of the parts that they have and also the functions, what they do. We went further to look at the computer processing cycle, where we looked at the other computer devices that can be connected to the computer, the input and output devices that help bring efficiency and effectiveness in the operation of the computer. As certain functions cannot be performed by the computer, but with the help of the other computer devices, those can be performed. We concluded to say the computer has also ports, computer peripherals, where these components must be connected. And today we want to look at another important component of the computer called software. Software. Unlike the hardware, which is basically the physical components of the computer that are very visible, very tangible in nature, that you can manipulate, you can touch and shift from one point to another. The software is very different. Yes, very visible, but very intangible in nature. Therefore, the software can be defined as computer programs, okay? Computer programs, meaning they execute a certain activity, a certain program, and a certain goal is achieved. We can also define software as sets of instructions that help process the activity or execute the activity on the computer. Sets of instructions, meaning the computer, yes, may need to perform certain activities, and you need some program, some software, some utility software or application software to execute that particular task. So we are saying we have the machine. For the machine, these physical components to work, you need the software to be installed on the machine so that they are compatible and coordinate, work together to achieve the intended goal. Now, as we are discussing this important topic, it's important to have a goal in mind. The main objective of this unit is to discuss the classifications of computer software with examples. And the question that can come here is, with relevant examples, discuss the various classifications of computer software. Meaning, You need to define what a software is, then talk about the classes, the categories of this software, describe the categories, then give examples. And as we are doing that on each and every classification, you are scoring marks. And it may come in a subjective a section, essay type, and it may have quite a number of marks, of 10 to 20 marks. So the more you write, the more you describe, the more you give examples, the more you score marks. And marks are given without any reservation, provided you are describing according to what the question is dictating. So let's try to look at these classification or categories of software. And they are basically three. These are, number one, operating system. Operating system. It may also be called system software. This operating system is in charge of controlling all the workings, all the works of the computer, all the operations of the computer. It's the mother software. Before any software is installed, this must be installed first. So operating system, also called system software, is the mother software, which lays the foundation, which lays the ground for other software to be installed on it. The second classification is the application software. The application software is a software that is in charge of a certain activity that is used to perform or execute a certain task. For example, I want to do research. I want to type. I want to write some formal letter. I need a software in the name of Word, Microsoft Office Word, so that I type a formal letter which I can send to my superior or apply for employment. If I want to do some computations, there are a lot of figures involved. I'll go for Excel. It's an application software. If I want to present my work nicely, that is so appealing to the audience, to the members, to the students, I'll need a particular software called PowerPoint. And if I design my work, I put it there, it will look nice. And as I flash with a projector, people will say, wow, this is nice. Because there is a software specifically to be in charge of that. Application software. So these are software, sets of instructions used to perform a particular function, a particular task. Then the last classification of software is utility software. Utility software may be defined as software meant to increase or bring effectiveness and efficiency in the operation of the computer in general. Bring efficiency and effectiveness in the operation of the computer. The computer's operation, it's more like in a room, in a production office or room where there is this officer operating, doing a lot of things. The more he operates there, the more the office becomes dirty, the more the office becomes unconducive, and there is need to bring efficiency in that office, sanity, and some people have to clean it. And the computer operates in the same way. And you need software to clean some junk files, let's say on your phone. You're using the phone becomes hot, the temperature is heating because you're jumping from one website to another, from one app to another, playing videos and games, as well as music is playing in the background with headsets. So the computer is being used fully and it starts heating. I need to cool it down so it will tell you the temperature is high. And for it to cool, you need some software called utility software. And it will say, if you have installed it on the phone, say, no, click here to cool down. When you press there, the phone starts cooling to the normal temperature. and you see the phone starts operating more effective, more efficient because it has cooled down. As you're jumping from one file to another, from one website to another, there are a lot of particles that are remaining called junk files. And those have to be cleaned, have to be wiped out. Just like in an office where someone is working, there'll be some dirty and there is need to clean, to bring sanity in that office. So is the utility software. So you need to install some software on your phone so that you clean all those junk files. And when you clean, your phone will be faster than it was. So utility software, these are software meant to bring efficiency and effectiveness in the operation of the computer. We've got a number of examples like antivirus, among other software. So let's try to look at the examples of each and every software. So for example, operating system, we said it's meant to coordinate the hardware. And when you say the hardware, you're talking about physical components of the computer that are tangible in nature. All the manipulations of the hardware, there is the operating system to be in charge. It organizes files in some order. The operating system is in charge. It manages all the application packages, all the application software that you're going to install on your computer. There must be the operating system, the system software to lay the foundation, to lay the ground for installing of other software. So it's the mother software. What are the examples? So we've got the disk operating system. Like in phones, we've got the Android, among other operating systems. So in computers, we've got Windows, Windows 7, Windows 8, Windows 10, and these versions are being created to suit the market, to suit the demand, so that they're also on top of all the companies that are selling operating systems. So every now and then you see versions coming, and each version has its own advantages and disadvantages. The other example is Ubuntu, developed in South Africa by an African who decided to come up with this operating system that is not subjective to viruses. It's virus-free, meaning no virus can attack it. And when you are using it, you can jump from one website to another without scaring of viruses. It is self-contained. It has all the applications in it. It has got Excel, it has got Word, and other necessary software. So Ubuntu is a free software that you can use without any charge. Linux is another software. So we've got quite a number of examples. Unix, Macintosh, though in Zambia and African countries, they like Windows, but all these software, operating system software do exist, and they're on the market, and people use them depending on the functionalities that they are looking at. Let's look at the other classification, the examples of application software. So we've got TurboCAD, we've got the AutoCAD, Pastel. Then the general ones that we all know, we've got Microsoft Office with the frame packages, Excel, Word, PowerPoint, as well as Access, then also Publisher. Excel, we use it when you are doing some computations, some calculations. Word, we use it when you are typing formal notifications. Then PowerPoint meant for presentations, make your presentation eye-catching or attractive. You need PowerPoint. Access, you use it in database when you're storing information according to certain specifications. Maybe number of students according to programs, according to year of study, according to various categories, sex, and the like. You need access. Then Publisher, we use it for designing. If you want to design a certificate, You want to design a wedding card, business cards, and the other cards that do exist. You need publishers so that you can design it according to the expectations of the people that you are designing those cards for. The other classification, which we discussed, the third one is utility software. And what are the examples? We've got drivers. These drivers for you to connect other external devices to your computer, you need drivers. When you connect them, then everything you connect to the computer will be compatible. You need drivers to make everything compatible. So it's bringing more efficiency and just effectiveness in the as you are using the computer. The antivirus are there to block viruses. Viruses of the computer are more like viruses of the human being. They may not be visible, but when they penetrate, they are so harmful to the body. So is the computer. When they penetrate to the computer, they are so dangerous and they can disturb the entire system, whether destroy it altogether, or some viruses are meant to siphon information from your computer, the data, secret or confidential files that you've stored. You may find them on the market tomorrow on the front cover of the newspaper because some people sent those viruses to you, and without seeing them, they penetrated, and someone could operate your computer when you were using it online. For example, I'm using the computer online, and it's become slow. Maybe some people have already penetrated and they are siphoning information. They check one file to another, whatever is useful to them, they take it. And eventually, maybe they harm your computer or they just leave you altogether. This doesn't have anything, and they move to another computer just like that. So viruses are dangerous and they're different types. A question may come to say, state any 5 types of viruses. And you must not find challenges. You can Google there and get as many examples as you can. The Trojan horse, among other viruses that do exist. Again, a question may come, state 5 antiviruses that you know. And you should not find challenges again on this one because there are many antiviruses that exist on the market. And even on Google, there are many. You cannot find challenges for you to mention SmartDAV, to mention Kaspersky, to mention eScan, to mention all these antiviruses that this world is offering just to protect your computer, to bring efficiency in your operation as you are working, so that you can move from one slide to another. So is the objective achieved? Discuss various classifications of computer software with relevant examples. Yes, we've discussed the classifications. We defined what computer software is, sets of instructions used to perform or to operate the computer. And you said there are 3 classifications. We've got the system software, we've got the application software, and we've got the utility software. Have we given examples? Yes, we've given examples for the system software, for the application software, and the utility software. So we can say the objective is achieved. And if you write in this line, in these lines, you may score the maximum marks that are always given to you without any reservation, provided you write in the manner that you are required to. Thank you so much for your attention. Let's meet in the next presentation for open discussion.